The Virgin Islands have a colorful history filled with pirate lore, but one of the most famous and well-documented stories is that of Captain Lloyd and his crew, who buried stolen treasure on Norman Island and Tortola. In 1750, the crew of the Spanish treasure galleon Nuestra Senora de Guadalupe dropped anchor in North Carolina to seek refuge from a terrible storm. The ship was loaded with tons of silver bars when she was badly damaged during the storm. Her captain, Captain Bonilla, was forced to hire 2 other ships to take his precious cargo and finish the voyage to Spain. The treasure was transferred to those ships, and while Bonilla was dealing with taxation issues in Cape Fear, the crews absconded with the silver and sailed away. One of the ships never made it out of the harbor in North Carolina, but the other was successful in the escape, and that ship was captained by Captain Owen Lloyd. Captain Lloyd was very familiar with the Virgin Islands and considered Norman Island to be the perfect place to divide the ill-gotten gains among himself and his crew. The ship's cargo manifest included 55 treasure chests filled with silver dollars, 3 large chests full of silver plates, wrought silver, indigo, tobacco, animal hides, and furs. The cargo was worth about $200,000 at the time, tens of millions of dollars by today's standards. Captain Lloyd and his crew buried the treasure on Norman Island and possibly Tortola before sailing to St. Thomas to clear customs. However, Captain Lloyd made a fatal mistake. He left some crew members behind on Norman Island to guard the treasure. The crew members weren't secretive about what they were doing, and soon the locals were swarming Norman Island, digging up buried treasure. The pirates were eventually captured and jailed, and when the frenzy subsided, only a small portion of the treasure had been recovered. Since then, many have attempted to find the remaining treasure with limited success. In the early 1900s, a group of English treasure hunters formed Norman Island Treasure Company to find the lost treasure, but they had no luck. Their activity is believed to be the inspiration for the story Treasure Island, written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Some of the treasure was discovered by Gilbert Fleming, the acting Lieutenant General of the Leeward Islands, who commissioned 2 companies of soldiers to travel to Tortola in search of the loot. A proclamation was issued whereby the treasure would be returned to Spain and the finder would receive a 3rd share as a finder's fee. Treasure was found, but only a portion of what was listed on the original cargo manifest. Soon after, it's rumored that a descendant of a poor local family found one of the treasure chests in a cave on Norman Island while stranded there during a storm. The Virgin Islands still hold millions in buried treasure just waiting to be discovered. To tour the Virgin Islands, book a day with Pirates Paradise Adventures and visit Tortola and Norman Island yourself. Visit www.piratesparadiseadventures.com.